Today in this video I will tell you about the variation of periodic properties across the period and down the group. Periodic properties are the properties of element which vary with the increase in atomic number, and these periodic properties mainly includes the atomic size, ionization energy, electron activity, electron affinity, metallic characters, and non-metallic characters. So at very first we will discuss about the variation of atomic size. Atomic size is the average distance from the center of nucleus up to the outermost cell that we also call the valence shell. Now how does it vary across the period and down the group? As you will move from top to bottom in any group, atomic size will goes on increasing. Now, why it goes on increasing? Because with each new, or simply you can say with each successive period, there will be the addition of new shell. For example, in the first period, total number of energy cells 1. In the second, these are 2. In the third, these are 3, and so on up to 7th period. Right? Now, when we talk about across the period, simply means when we are moving from left to right, atomic size will goes on decreasing. Why it's decreasing? Because as you will move one element to other in a period, the number of energy cell will remain the same. For example, energy cell in the lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, and so on up to neon. These are same. That is, they all have the two energy cells. But with each successive element, there will be the addition of one new electron. So number of cell will remain the same, but nuclear charge will increase due to addition of one electron with each successive element. And due to that reason, due to increase in nuclear charge, size of the atom, it will get condensed and atomic size will decrease. So simply now you can say atomic size will increase as you will move top to bottom in a group, and it will decrease as you will move from left to right in a period. Here, one thing you will have to keep in your mind that this trend will not be applicable for the noble gases, right? As I told you, when you are moving from left to right, atomic size will goes on decreasing. But if we compare the atomic size of group number 17 and 18, then atomic size of this noble gases it will be larger as compared to elements present in the group number 17. This is due to the stable electronic configuration of these noble gases, and there is a pulsion between the electrons which lead to the larger size. Next property is the ionization energy. It is simply the maximum amount of energy that is required to remove the most loosely bonded electron from an atom. Now let us see how does it vary across the period and down the group. So dear friend, as I told you, as you are moving from left to right, nuclear charge will goes on increasing. So it will be difficult to remove the outermost electron or the most loosely bonded electron due to the greater nuclear pull, right? So simply the minimum amount of energy that is required to remove the electron, it will increase as you will move from left to right in a period. But what will happen when we will move from top to bottom in a group? Then as the atomic size will goes on increasing, hold of the nucleus over the valence shell electron will decrease at the bottom, and it will be easier at the last to remove the electron from the outermost cell. So hence you can see here that ionization energy will decrease as you are moving from top to bottom in a. Next, this is electronactivity. Electronactivity is the tendency of an atom to attract the shared pair of electron toward itself. Shared pair of electron you know as very well during the formation of a covalent bond. Two combining atom, they mutually share their electron for the bond formation, right? So if there will be the electron activity difference, it also lead to formation of a polar covalent compound. We will talk about it in some other videos, right? But here, let me tell you, electron activity is simple. It is the tendency of an atom to attract the shared pair of electron toward itself. And there are two factors which influence the electron activity of an element. These two factors are, one is the nuclear charge, another one is the atomic size. Now, as I told you, when we will move from left to right, atomic size will goes on decreasing and nuclear charge will goes on increasing, right? So both the factors are responsible for the higher electronactivity of these non-metals. Means as we will move from left to right, the electronactivity will goes on increasing. This is due to the smaller in size and increase in nuclear charge. Opposite to this, when you will move from top to bottom in a group, then atomic size will goes on increasing while nuclear charge it will goes on decreasing, and due to this reason electron activity will decrease as we will move from top to bottom in a group. And let me tell you, Fluorine is the most electronegative element in the periodic table. So next property is electron affinity. Electron affinity, it is the amount of energy released when a neutral isolated gaseous atom will accept an electron and will get converted into a uninactive anion, right? When an isolated gaseous atom, we should be neutral, and it will accept an electron and will get converted into a uninactive anion. Then during that time, how much amount of energy will get released, that is called electron affinity. And this is also affected by two factors. One is the atomic size and another one is the nuclear charge. Smaller is the atomic size, higher will be the electron affinity, and higher is the nuclear charge, higher will be the electron affinity. So variation of electron affinity will also be same as that of electron activity. As you will move from left to right across a period, electron affinity will goes on increasing. Reason, because atomic size will goes on decreasing and nuclear charge will goes on increasing. Opposite to this, when you will move from top to bottom in a group, then electron affinity will goes on decreasing. Why? Because as we will move from top to bottom, nuclear charge is decreasing by atomic size is increasing. So its trend will be same as that of electron activity. Here you will have to keep one thing in your mind, that there is an exceptional case between fluorine and chlorine. However, as per the trend, electron affinity of fluorine should be higher as compared to chlorine. But let me tell you, chlorine has more electron affinity than fluorine, because in case of fluorine, electron feels lesser attraction as compared to chlorine due to smaller size of fluorine atom. And one more thing, electron affinity of these noble gases is zero, because they already have the stable electronic configuration, so they do not have any tendency to accept the electrons. Next, this is the metallic characters. So metallic character, it is the tendency of an atom to lose the electron to form cations, right? So how does it vary? As you know, when we are moving from left to right, nuclear charge is increasing, so it will be difficult for an atom to lose the electron, right? At the end, because they have the strong nuclear pull between nucleus and electron, so it will be difficult for them to lose the electrons. Obviously, as you will move from left to right, metallic characters will goes on decreasing. But opposite to this, when you will move from top to bottom, the size of the atom is increasing, and it will be easy to remove the outermost electron for the formation of cation. So metallic character will increase as you will move from top to bottom, because it will be easier to lose the electron due to increase in atomic size. But it will be difficult to lose the electron when you will move from left to right. So metallic character will goes on decreasing as you are moving from left to right across a period due to increase in nuclear charge. Next to this, if we talk about non-metallic reactors, then its trend will be opposite to that of the metallic reactors. Non-metallic reactor means the tendency to gain the electron, right? Tendency of gain the electron, you know as very well, mostly non-metals, they gain the electrons. So when you will move from left to right, non-metallic reactor will goes on increasing due to increase in nuclear charge. But if you will move from top to bottom, then nuclear charge will decrease and non-metallic reactor will also decrease. For your simplicity, you should keep one thing in your mind, that there are only two properties, that is the atomic radius, you also call it atomic size, and one more is the metallic reactor, which are increasing from top to bottom, right? One more is the other is the electropositivity. We did not discuss it about it, right? It will be definitely opposite to that of the electron activity. So overall, we can say, as per this table which is flashing on your screen, there are the three properties. Very first is the atomic radius, electropositivity, and metallic reactors. These are the three properties which are increasing when you move from top to bottom and decreasing when you move from left to right. But rest of other, their trend is opposite to these. So that will be the simple way just to learn them. Dear friend, my next video will be on chemical bonding. So keep watching the videos and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.